Hey everyone, welcome to the Artlit video. We are so thankful to have you as a volunteer, and we're glad that you're here to help us out. I'm sorry that you missed the orientation meeting, but we're going to quickly go through some things today for you to get you caught up. Number one, please make sure that you are registered in Raptor. We need you to do that so that you can be a volunteer in the classroom.
It usually goes pretty quick. I'll just add real quick.
Oh.
My experience has been usually within a few days, but the website does say it can take up to 3 weeks. So if you haven't registered yet, I would definitely do that now. Also, what we're going to do today is really a high-level overview of what we covered in the in-person session. And so there is a handbook online where it's linked in the email that we sent you. So please just take a few minutes and read through that, because we're not going to quite go through that level of detail in this video today.
This year we have 5 units, so it doesn't work out to one every month, but one this month, and there's a November, December one, etc. You can look at the schedule that we've linked in this email, and that'll help you out to get there.
And then as a volunteer in the Artlit program, it's going to work similar this year as it has to in past years, where you will be part of a team that brings art lessons to the classroom that you signed up to volunteer in. We're aiming for each team to be about 3 to 6 people. So you'll work with your team to bring each specific lesson to the classroom. You can find out who is on your team. There's a roster also in the email that we sent you, and the schedule for the year is also in that same document. So we highly encourage that you take a look at that and start reaching out to the people on your team and connecting with them and starting to plan for this first October lesson.
So your volunteer team, usually we found that it works really well to divide your team into 3 kind of parts, or 3 kind of people sections. Number 1 being somebody needs to be the presenter. Now that presenter could be split into 2. One could present about the artist, and then the second person could present about the art project that you're going to do. Or it can just be one person that rolls in. That's only a 10-minute period of time to be a presenter. That's it. That's all the time you have, so that you have the remainder 50 minutes for the project. Then the second role would be the classroom helpers. And the classroom helpers are the people who are kind of the behind the scenes people. They're getting all the supplies like on the trays and ready to be passed out as soon as that presenter is done, so that the kids can get started again on that project. Your job also as a classroom helper is to help clean up, help monitor all of the kids, help them with all of their projects, and wandering around and interacting with the kids. And then the last person, or the last kind of role, is the communicator. And the communicator person kind of takes the information that we send as co-coordinators and says, hey, I'm going to send the slides to the teacher so that those are ready and in the classroom, so we don't have to pull those up. I'm going to communicate with my team and make sure that somebody's going to be the presenter and that who's going to be there to be the classroom helpers. And so that email probably gets sent out about a week-ish before. I think, did I miss anything with that? I don't think so. Okay, and then so, speaking of being a classroom helper and a presenter, the carts. We have the carts set up, and they will be full of supplies for you. Every single unit that we have, I come in here and prep everything. I get the cart looking as it should. Please, 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 we had some issues with this. Please restock the cart when you're done, okay? So you need to allot for like a few minutes, like to 5 minutes after your presentation and project, to please come in and restock the cart. There's a list on it that says restock cart with blank, blank, blank. So you know exactly all of that stuff will be over here on the counter. It's all clearly labeled so that you can go and grab all the little things that you need. This month you'll also need a little baggie of supplies, okay? But all the rest of the stuff should be on the cart and ready for your team. A big change this year is there are actually district supplies, and these district supplies will need to be passed on to the next school at the end of this month or at the end of the unit. And so it is so important that you get back the exact number that is labeled on the box or bin or baggie that I have on the cart, because if you don't, we have to then pull that, we have to go buy those supplies, restock it before we resend it on, and that's just part of our budget, and we don't really have a ton of budget to be able to do that. So please make sure that the number is correct that goes back, especially with the district supplies.
Yep, so to recap, there'll be 2 carts here in the Artlet closet, which is where we are broadcasting live from. And the idea here is that the carts are always stocked and ready to just grab and go lead the unit with a classroom. And so a part of that system, as Kristen mentioned, is that means that you have to restock the cart after you're done with your lesson. And we'll just show you real quick what that looks like. So here is an example of
Stand behind so you can
a cart, and so as you can see, it is loaded with everything you would need for our first October unit. And
there's
here is
the little sign that I was referring to of restock the cart, and it gives you specific numbers of things that you need to do.
And then all the supplies that you would need to restock are here on the counter in the Artlet closet. As Kristen mentioned, everything's labeled. So that should be pretty straightforward and shouldn't take more than just a couple minutes to restock.
Correct.
Okay, now I'll awkwardly put the camera back. And I'll pretend like I'll edit that out, but I won't. Where are we? Okay, so after you've completed the lesson in the classroom with the students, and you have a whole stack of completed artwork, you're going to display that artwork on a bulletin board that's outside of the classroom. Every single class at Hallinan has a dedicated bulletin board for Artlit. If you're not sure which bulletin board is for your classroom, you can check in with the teacher, and the teacher will let you know. Typically, well, before you even start the project, always have the student write their name on the back. But in addition to that, we will have labels. I don't have any printed out just yet, but pretend that this is printed out. There will be labels for each project that has every student's name, their grade, the teacher, and you'll find that in this black bin that's on the counter here in the Artlet closet. And so you can just grab one of these sheets, and
each class has a label. This is Lopez's class, and she'll have her labels in that folder that you'll need.
yeah, if you were to check today though, you will not see them there. Still working on getting those done. But yeah, so after the project's done, please make sure one of those printed labels is on the back of the artwork. Some artwork will require you to mount it on a black sheet of construction paper. We don't have to do that for this project, so we don't have it out, but that would be typically one of the supplies out on the counter. And then you would use pins to put the artwork up on the bulletin board. Sometimes the teachers will have pins. If not, they're here in the closet in one of the drawers. Again, everything's labeled and easy to find. And then that artwork will sit on that bulletin board until your next project. And then when you're ready to hang up the artwork for that next project and you're taking down the old artwork, please be sure to put that artwork in a portfolio, and I just realized I'm saying your lines. Sorry, got excited there.
So it's all right. So at the end of your month, at the end of the unit, as Jordan was saying, you are going to take your artwork down and you're going to put it in a box that looks maybe like this. I am working on transitioning all of those boxes because some of them are falling apart to bags that look like this, but they will be clearly labeled with your, it'll say Artlit and then your grade level. Now inside of each of these big portfolios is a small portfolio, and on that small portfolio is your teacher's name. And this is where you will put your class's artwork inside, and we're gonna keep that for till the end of the school year. Okay, at the end of the school year, we put together a portfolio for the kids. It's not hard, it's just a beautiful portfolio. And the reason why we want to keep this art in these portfolios until the end of the year is because we have a couple opportunities as Artlit coordinators to, one, display art at the public library for the 5th grade classes, and two, at the very end of the school year, we'll all be getting together and selecting a couple of exemplary pieces of art from your class to go to the art festival that happens, the Lake Oswego Art Festival that happens in the summertime. So it's really important that you get the artwork into these plastic portfolios, and they are found in the common area of your grade level. So each grade level has a little common area that they can put things in, so it's important that you either ask the teacher or ask one of your other team members if they know where that common area is. If you don't know, it's fine, just reach out to us and we can email it to you too.
There's some vacuuming happening in the background. Hopefully you can still hear us okay. So each Artlit lesson is 1 hour. So you have a full 60 minutes to deliver the content of the lesson to the classroom. We ask that you allocate around 10 minutes for the presentation that Kristen was talking about earlier. This is an overview of the artist or art style that we're studying that month. And there's almost always a video, a YouTube video embedded in that slide deck. So if you're the presenter, you actually don't really need to do much for that overview. You can really just play that video for the classroom. And then you want the remaining 50 minutes to be for doing the art project and cleanup. And we do ask that you, as a team, manage your time well, be respectful of the teacher's time. They have a limited time each day with their kiddos and a lot that they need to cover. And so really try to stick within that 1 hour window and try not to go over. But conversely, you are guaranteed that 1 hour. And because this is curriculum, which Kristen's going to go over in just a second, we really do need that hour in order to meet the state standards. So if for some reason you have a teacher that's asking you to try to condense the lesson into any amount of time that's less than an hour, please raise that to Kristen and I. And this is actually coming from the district. And so there's an escalation path and protocol that we are supposed to follow in the event that that's happening. Now, we've never seen that happen at Hallinan. I don't think it will happen, but we have been asked to pass that on. So please do let us know if you're getting any pressure to condense that lesson.
Okay, so as Jordan said, these lessons are curriculum approved from ODE, Oregon Department of Education level. These are meeting state standards. You will have a teacher in the classroom with you, so that ensures that the kids are getting this beautiful art curriculum, and it's important that the teacher does stay in the classroom with you. Again, if that's an issue, please let us know right away, because that is our job as coordinators to be able to escalate that for you and just make people aware that this is curriculum and that we need teachers to be there. And part of that is the slides are made and been approved at the district level. So please do not adapt them. Please do the content that's within them, and they're not to be changed.
And an example that was used in the training that Kristen and I went to at the district level was, if you have a personal experience, I think the example they talked about was Frida Kahlo, and someone had just gone to Mexico and visited Frida Kahlo's house and had shared pictures of their trip and, kind of talked about their own personal experience with that, and that actually takes the content away from the state curriculum, the standardized content. So we really do just want to focus on the content that's in the slides and not adding our own commentary or our own perspectives. That was specifically called out.
All right. We hope that you just have the best time with G's Bend. That is our quilt lesson this month. And just have fun with it. Have the best time. Let the kids have fun, and make sure that you give them plenty of time to just do the project. Thanks for tuning in.
And of course, if you have any questions or if anything that we said was confusing today, don't hesitate to reach out. You can email us and or come talk to us, and we're happy to clarify anything that needs to be clarified.
All right.
Okay.
Have a great day. Bye.